back to another episode of Heels Up. I am Vlad St. Valentine, and with me this time is Caden Ramos. Unfortunately, Reggie could not be with us. He's got some family stuff going on, and we wish him the best. Our hearts and prayers are with him.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
So, get that off there. There it is. What the hell was that?
The mosquito.
Son of a bitch. Who let that fucker in here?
You did.
This is a closed set, sir. I did not. I do not bring special guests in without anyone talking to, the producer, which is you. So you would know if I brought a mosquito in, sir.
You're listed +1.
Yes, that's just because I bring in so much alcohol with me. It counts as another person when I'm in a carpool lane. We open up tonight with Firefly Funhouse, and Bray makes his vague threats again to Braun, says that he's going to do something horrific to Alexa and that the Fiend will actually be here tonight. So
he'll be here and that she may suffer.
So after this, we get the Broski versus Sheamus.
Bro.
And all in all, it seemed like for the most part, Matt was just mostly kind of frustrating Sheamus, especially early on. He kind of was the better wrestler, but Sheamus would eventually, even though Matt's a powerful guy, eventually Sheamus would kind of power back and hit some of the power moves or whatever. But pretty good back and forth match. I kind of would have liked to see it the extent of the whole way through, but this one ends with Chad Gable running to ringside and causing the DQ by trying to cash in on that King's ransom. Yep.
And then you got Sheamus just left there in the middle of the ring, standing there going on like, what?
Yeah. It's weird when you get these situations where a heel screws over another heel because you're like, who do I root for?
Well, Sheamus is just walking around, not even paying attention to the fight outside. It was odd.
But Matt just beats the crap out of Chad, makes Chad look like a complete chump, and then afterwards he's like, well, takes his victory, walks out, and Sheamus is again looking dumbfounded, so he picks Chad Gable up and gives him a brogue kick for pissing him off and making him lose the match. So
yeah, brogue kick for the King's ransom. That's not a very good trade there.
No, I just like, what the hell's the point of Chad Gable at this point in time?
Dude, he's just filling in rotation. They're down in Florida. Nobody in Florida wears a mask. Everybody's got the fucking corona, so they got to rotate all their wrestlers in. Plus, they got to give people money. So.
Again, though, like I understand the rotation. But if you're gonna have someone here and you're gonna build him up for a week or two, like, all right, he's gonna be the one who tries to take him out. So at least we'd have like maybe a good match between the two. Like, no, you just made him look like a complete fucking chump stain the next week. So like, it seems kind of pointless. It seems like a pointless endeavor to some end. So Sheamus backstage, he gets in Corbin's face about what happened and says if he needs his little peons try and, screw with him again, he's going to kick Corbin's head off. And so kind of teasing a little bit, their frustration between the two for a little bit later on the night. But after this, we go to the Dirt Sheet, which I guess is the new name for Miz TV.
Probably. That's what it looks like.
Cool.
All right. Yeah. Take it and run with it,
Okay, I just see John Morrison backstage, him having the Miz then that conversation. It's like, dude, I don't want to just be your name. It's both of us now, man. It's like, but the Miz TV is a branded name that everyone can get behind, John.
Miz does love his branding.
And then Morrison started crying, and John's like, hey, if it makes you feel better, we'll change the name, buddy. And then they listened to the Turtles and ran off together. Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night.
It's only right.
There we are. I couldn't finish it myself. You're just singing that song by yourself. It's ultimately pathetic. If it's not at least a duet, it's a sad time.
I mean, you could edit in yourself doing the duet.
I think that's even sadder somehow.
Shh. Our watchers don't know that. There's only 10 of them.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, like and subscribe. We're going to be putting out some new content here within the next few weeks. Should be pretty good.
They were having Sonya Deville out as their special guest. Before that, they had another special guest.
Mandy Rose's hair.
Yeah, it's a clump of blonde hair with googly eyes on it on a stick while Miz and Morrison do the voice for it. And this was, I wanted to rag on this for being so stupid, but it was so stupid it was funny.
I mean, that's a whole lot of their shtick, though. They did give us one of the best points of the night, though. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So Sonya Deville comes out and bad mouths Mandy some more and talks about making her ugly and calling her weak and this, that, and the other. I don't know where this whole thing stems from.
I guess they're split whenever they broke up as a tag team.
Well, it's like you beat her twice, as you mentioned. I mean, we know you have her number, obviously.
Yeah.
So, like, what's your beef? Like, if they're going to do this whole, like, Sonya Deville's secret in love with her because she's, like, the only out person on the roster in real life, that's going to be kind of poor taste, don't you think?
On SmackDown's roster.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry. But I just, like, it'd be kind of poor taste, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, they could have done that a whole lot sooner, especially right after the split before Mandy started going out with Otis.
But I guess it gives Mandy something to do other than clean ham chunks out of Otis's beard.
I mean, that's a full-time job.
I know.
Don't beat me up, Otis. Please don't beat me up.
You ever see that? You ever see Spaceballs?
Yeah, of course.
Remember they're combing the desert?
Mm-hmm.
I have to hire guys to do that to my beard. Ms. Morrison and Deville badmouth Mandy for a while, and eventually Tucker and Otis have had enough, and they come running out, break up the party. So later on, we'll be a tag team match between Heavy Machinery and I guess this is M&M 2.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work because Sonya Deville's S&D, though, right?
Yeah.
MDM? Wait, that's something else. We'll
You
work on it.
You forgot a letter on that one, though.
What?
MDMA.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not a druggie like you.
Allegedly.
You and Nick Cage, man. You and Nick Cage.
Oh, I'm a cat.
Oh, I'm a cat. I'm a sexy cat.
He's clawing at the door. He's clawing at the door.
He's scraping at the door. Scraping at the door.
All right, so up next we have Lindsay versus Cesaro, which I guess is a holdover from last week when Cesaro and Cesaro and see, I keep wanting to say Sheamus because I missed the bar so damn much.
Yeah, that's
Like, why isn't he at least just hanging out with the two of those guys, right? I mean, like Cesaro and Sheamus were such good buddies. They bought little matching outfits, like little matching kilts and shit. You know, like
multiple outfits.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like they're sitting around going, I've got that ring gear sitting around.
Yeah.
I went Scottish instead of Irish on that one. My bad.
It would be good because you got Sheamus, Cesaro, and Shinsuke versus, the three in the Lucha House Party.
Oh, yeah, there you go. All right, so Lindsay versus Cesaro. Actually, it wasn't a bad match. It mostly was like Cesaro playing bass while Lindsay did gymnastic moves off of him. Like, Cesaro was basically Lindsay's
ultimate tag ring.
It's like his pommel horse for the night. He might as well have been doing Jim Cotta off of him or something, you know?
No, but it looked good. It played to both their strengths.
It looked great.
You got to see Lindsay moving around like, we miss Lucha's doing. And then the Cesaro strength being the pound for pound strongest wrestler on WWE's roster right now.
And he can work with the Luchas. And I'm going to propose this to you, all right?
Okay.
So, like, everyone talks crap about X-Pac a little bit because they got the whole, like, term X-Pac heat or whatever. But, like, when you examine it, he's probably one of the greatest mid-carders of all time. He had staying power. He stayed for a long time. But not only what he gave to us as a performer, but what he was to the company in that he was a bar. Like, people were sent out to face X-Pac. And if they couldn't have a good match with X-Pac, you couldn't have a good match with anybody. If you can't have a good match with Cesaro, a permanent mid-carder who's been staying around forever and has good matches and makes everyone looks great, if you can't have a good match with Cesaro, you can't have a good match with anybody.
That's fair.
In that way, Cesaro might be the new X-Pac. But I don't think he'll ever become X-Pac heat or become embarrassing or have sex tapes with China or anything like that. So,
I mean, nobody's going to do that anymore. Sorry.
So yeah, the Lindsay Cesaro match, really, really good. Eventually, Cesaro overcomes Dorado with his power and hits the Gotcha Neutralizer for the win. not anything you didn't expect because the Lucha House Party is mostly there to make everyone really, really super entertained with their offense and then eat a pin by a more powerful person.
Yep.
So wash, rinse, repeat. And after that, we get a Tucker and Otis interview backstage, and Otis is pissed. That's about it. That's all I can get on that one. And then the Fiend freaking comes out with like his full entrance and everything before we go to commercial break, which I don't know about you. Like, I'm kind of weirded out by seeing the Fiend just walk to ringside with his entrance and shit on a regular television show. It seems a little demystifying.
Yeah. You would think that it would be Alexa coming out and then addressing what happened, and then boom, lights hit, and then Fiend's behind her.
Yeah, he's better at the pop-up thing, not at the whole coming to his side, like coming and luring the bait and waiting for his, like that just, it seemed a little too, having him stand there waiting on somebody else as opposed to popping up and like, that's ridiculous. Like he's the Fiend. That's what he does. He pops up and he's the spooky one. He's not a...
Yeah. Having his full entrance on a regular TV show was just like his entrance for the WrestleMania in broad daylight.
Yeah. Don't do that, guys. We need very little Fiend. The less Fiend we get, the better. Which is why whenever you use him on regular television, all we need him for is a pop up, a grab, a scare, into a horror movie moment.
Yep.
The popping up out of the lake, Jason Voorhees moment. That's what we need him for.
Anything else? Give us Funhouse Spray.
He's the one who can deliver messages and do shit like that. But Braun gets on and tries to deliver this scary message, which was only undercut by what it looks like it shot on one of the worst digital cameras ever. That obviously was smeared with his fingerprints that he didn't bother cleaning off, which is another reason why they look like that sometimes. Trust me, I've dealt with our videos looking like crap plenty.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But in a white background, totally undercut everything. The spookiness of his delivery. And also, was he like leaning over the camera because like the jowls were in it? It looked like he was like huffing and puffing and trying not to swallow his own tongue the whole time.
Yeah. It looked like he was sitting down checking out his phone. They told him to cut a promo, so he recorded it while sitting down in the back after a match.
I think with the white background, he was on the John. That's why I was like, great. I'm going to be the monster I always wanted to be. White background behind him, fuzzy as shit. Yeah, because not only was he was in the John playing Words with Friends on half the screen while he did it.
He's playing some up, down, down with Austin Creed.
Yeah. After that, we come back for commercial and the Fiend is out there with Alexa. And like we said, the Braun promo was freaking terrible and undercut any threat it may have had or sinisterness it may have had to it with the way it was shot. But Braun's basically like, I don't give a rat's ass about Alexa. I'm a monster too. And I'm coming after you, you sick, sadistic bastard. I survived the swamp, which means I'm more evil than you are. So apparently it's a dick measuring contest of evil now. I hope they don't let Braun beat the Fiend. I love Braun and I like Braun being the champ, and I wish Braun would stay the champ for a while longer, but don't have him run into the Fiend and win.
I don't care either way, but with it being SummerSlam, I really want some really good entrances this SummerSlam.
You think they're going to go WrestleMania on it for us and give us some good entrances?
I hope they give something. It's their halfway.
Nah, it's the same
point.
LED bullshit they're always going to do for us.
Yeah.
And the fake digital floating CGI graphics or whatever it is. So what it all boils down to with the Fiend and Braun promo is that they're going to fight at SummerSlam for the title.
Yep.
So there's that. There was a weird little moment though where the Fiend went to go give the mandible claw to Alexis again, and she just kind of stopped him and like rubbed his face, and he kind of stood up and took a moment. So who knows if they're going somewhere with that, or if that was just her trying to seduce the monster to get out of her situation. Don't know.
Maybe it's Sister Abigail kind of showing her face.
It's the what?
Kind of Sister Abigail kind of showing her face.
Oh, maybe he's already turned her, but this was all a ruse.
Yeah.
To bring Braun in, like she was still a damsel in distress, even though she's already been turned.
Yep.
Here's hoping. I hope she stays with it, because I would not mind like Alexa and Bray being an evil little stable together.
Yeah.
So,
especially if they break Braun and bring him in.
So after the commercial break, we come back and it's Jeff Hardy versus Baron Corbin, which it was like a typical Baron Corbin match where Corbin usually always fights someone smaller than him because the man's giant.
Yeah.
And it's usually small guy gets offense for like the first 5 minutes. Then Corbin hits a power move and then locks in a chin lock and holds it for like 20 fucking minutes until the face gets another hope spot. And in that time, the face either wins or Corbin hits another power move like a deep six and then is end of days and wins.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Baron Corbin match formula. If you guys haven't figured that one out yet. And in both of his matches tonight, what did he do? He locked in that chin lock for freaking ever.
Yeah.
In both of his matches tonight. So he's got the match with Jeff, which honestly was a little more even than the normal Corbin match. Jeff, I think, I got a little more offense in than the typical light heavyweight does against Corbin. But during the match, Jeff gets thrown to ringside and Sheamus runs down and just brogue kicks his fucking teeth in. And like, I feel bad for Jeff because this wasn't even about, like, Sheamus gave him a vicious one and it wasn't even about Jeff. Like, it was just a fuck you to Corbin, you know, since Corbin's lackey made him lose his match. So, so Corbin costs, or Sheamus costs Corbin the match. And we get a match between the two of them. Yep.
2 of them tonight. And I don't know. That was pretty lackluster, although they did play up the whole, they had 2 matches tonight.
They did, but I think they made Corbin look a lot stronger than Sheamus. I think he was kind of working Sheamus over. They made a point of it. It's like not too many people can manhandle Sheamus this way. And like Sheamus did look a little small compared to Baron. But like I thought it would have been a little more even I was like, okay, this is the Baron Corbin match I remember. He was, you know, he doesn't sell as much. And of course it takes Matt Riddle like leapfrogging basically from apron to apron. God, that was such a big jump. He like jumped in the ring and like just bailed out immediately. But that much of a Frogger move distracted
Corbin
enough to let Sheamus hit the brogue kick. 1, 2, 3. Bob's your uncle. There you are.
Yep.
Doesn't make Sheamus look good when you have to steal one, but I'm not sure. You know, it's heel versus heel. Who do I root for? What does it matter? It was weird to see Sheamus get kind of manhandled by Corbin because I don't like Corbin.
Put Sheamus with Cesaro and Shinsuke. They got the Lucha House Party to tag against, and they also got the Hurt Business to tag against too, with Survivor Series coming up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you're a team versus team, your brand versus brand bit. That's right. I wonder if MVP is going to try to make Raw Underground a different brand and try and do their own thing. That sounds like some arrogant shit he'd try and pull.
Raw Underground sounds like some kind of website you really don't want to go to. At least not at work.
A Raw Underground sounds like what I give myself after being on those websites. So after Sheamus costs Corbin the match, we cut back and Bayley and Sasha are, I don't know, we're great. But I don't fucking care. They were saying something. And an official comes up and says they've been asked to come to ring. Stephanie Mann wants to have a video conference with them. It's like, oh, you get called to the principal's office. You're in trouble.
Yep.
Shame.
After commercial break, we come back. We got a Big E interview. And you know how I feel about backstage interviews. I make fun of it all the time. It's always the same crap. I'm going to win whatever match or whatever feud or whatever. That's what it all boils down to. Mm-hmm. But damn it if E doesn't make it entertaining every time. So yeah, that's what it is. You just got to, if you're out there to say the same bullshit, just make it entertaining.
Yeah, they're all great. They're all great on the mic. Just their personalities is just, I love it.
But E's entertaining as fuck. I wish we could have gotten an E match tonight, but whatever. At least we got to see him.
We need more log rolls.
More log rolls. So Steph is on the video and BS her in the ring, and she basically kind of, it's like, you subverted my rules here, and you injured Kairi Sane. So because of that, your punishment is Sasha. Nothing changes for you, really. You're gonna
face Asuka.
You're gonna face Asuka if Asuka wins the match. So nothing really changes there. So hell of a punishment.
Yeah.
And then the other punishment was they're gonna do a tri-brand battle royale to see who will face Bayley at SummerSlam. But like, she has a SummerSlam match. Like, that's not really much of a punishment. That's just like,
yeah.
And like we've seen from like battle royales and fatal four ways, and then the dominating fucking appearance AJ Styles put in over Grand Metalik. It's not necessarily a bad thing to have a battle royale because anyone can snake out of it. It might be somebody way below your league.
Yeah, but I'm afraid with the whole lead up to everything, especially with a triple brand royale, Miss Queen of Spades is gonna walk out of that.
Oh, here's hoping. I do want to see her just hurt people, but isn't? Oh yeah, she's on the. I was gonna say she's on Raw, so she's worried about Asuka, but I guess it doesn't really. Triple brand doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I guess they'll move over if somebody wins it from her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really their plan anyway, so I don't think it's really going to matter. Yeah. This is all just filler. But I do want to see the Battle Royale, so I'm looking.
Yeah.
It should be good.
Yeah, that should be interesting, depending on who they get in from NXT.
Yeah. So after BS get their punishment, some punishment, we go to Miz and Morrison backstage, and they cut a promo about their tag team match coming up, and they're again same BS, but at least they're funny.
Yeah.
So we get Miz and Morrison out to the ring versus Heavy Machinery.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy Machinery pretty dominant early on. Tucker hits a senton from the apron to the outside, which on Miz and Morrison, which looked pretty good. But we go to ringside for that. Heavy Machinery looks great, and then all of a sudden, just Miz and Morrison are on top after we come back from the commercial. So thanks, commercial.
Yep.
But after that, Tucker gets worked over for a little while, and ultimately we get a. How the fuck did that one end? I don't even remember. Damn. Oh, yeah, that's right. Mandy ran out to ringside and started attacking Sonya Deville. And for the second time, I mean, I realized they got in the ring and were punching each other, but the ref calls off the match because people outside the match started fighting.
Yeah.
So, waste of damn time. I hate when they just call off the matches like this. I really do. Matter of fact, like, DQ called it off. Did we have a finish tonight?
I don't think we had a finish tonight.
Hold on. Let's see here. Matt and Sheamus was a DQ. Lindsay Cesaro pinned Lindsay Dorado.
I think that was the only one.
Yep. Cesaro pinning Lindsay Dorado was the only actual pin we had tonight, wasn't it?
The only full finish.
Yeah, because after Mandy and Sonya get the match thrown out, we go to commercial and come back and they're still fighting. Then the lights dim. They've been flickering all that long. And then we get to the debut of, I guess, this...
Boomer Vince's version of Antifa?
Yeah. That is exactly what this is. It is the invasion angle under the lens of modern current politics, and honestly, it looks disgusting. And watching them drag that woman around and corner her was fucking uncomfortable as shit.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy this in the least bit. We've seen the destruction of the ring by a group before that was done better and more shockingly. We've seen the invasion. Don't like the jumpsuit outfits because I know what you're trying to ape here. I don't need this. I don't want it. Bad idea and kind of tasteless. We'll look and see. I mean, that's how it looks like it's going. We could be completely wrong, but like based on what we saw with their, down with the corporate man, we are the 99% type thing happening here. Yeah, this is.
Yeah. And the group's called Retribution, and it was leaked by WWE.com and not with a vignette or any kind of like message. It was just like, oh yeah, on WWE.com, they said that their name was Retribution.
Which, if it was made up of a bunch of the wrestlers who got fired in that last sweep and they just cut the politic crap, which I don't, because this looks like they're going to go.
Yeah.
Like you said, the Antifa thing. Boomer Vince's version of Antifa. And, maybe we're jumping the gun on being so critical of it. We'll see how it goes. But honestly, it was not fun to watch. And the part where they drugged that one wrestler, the female wrestler, like across the mat, where she was like clawing, like it didn't have a fun horror vibe to it like you would with Bray Wyatt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just straight up uncomfortable.
But it was two female wrestlers that were pulling her.
Doesn't matter. It could have been a guy.
I know.
The helplessness of that situation was in someone in a real riot situation.
Just tap the search chip below.
What the fuck? Fuck you, Google. Anyway, I'm not trying to play sex into it. I'm only bringing sex up because I'm describing what happened.
Yeah.
It could have been anyone. The terror of that situation, the mob mentality of being drugged somewhere to be lynched, beaten, whatever, or made an example of because you're part of the problem. Like, it's horrific to watch.
Yeah.
That's
a fair point. Yeah.
regardless of which side of the aisle you're on, watching that happen to a fellow human being should be terrifying and uncomfortable to watch. And it's exactly what it was. And while nice docudramas or dramas or things like that on the time, you know, or places to view these things, I don't think WWE is the place to hit that.
No, but no, you know what? I'm not going to bring politics into this.
Well, it's not even that art can't be controversial, but the WWE has proven time and time again they don't have the maturity to handle this kind of material sensitively.
No. And then with the McMahon's background with who they donate money to, the way that this looks, it does look good.
So, and again, you know me, I'm pretty much in the center. I don't want to play anyone's bullshit games. So I'm not going to take sides as far as that goes. But like, yeah, like I don't need Seth MacFarlane showing me what he thinks a Christian is. I certainly don't need Vince McMahon showing me what he thinks a liberal is. You know what I mean? I know what you guys think these things are. I know you think they're evil and wicked and they're the thing that's ruining the society, but calm the fuck down. I don't need your opinion. All right. Anyway, sorry to get all bummer on you there for a second, guys, but you know, fuck. Okay, man, thanks for coming and doing this with me. It's been fun.
Yeah, man, not a problem. I enjoyed it. You know, I enjoyed most of the night except for that last little bit. Thanks, Vince.
All right. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you guys spending your time with us and watching the video, and we will see you on Raw.